Hello, everybody, and welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I'm Matt. And today we're talking about chipmunks.
Chipmunks!
Yeah, more than just a cute face.
They certainly have
like me,
cute
more than
faces.
just a cute face.
Yes, so much more. So chipmunks, you were telling me earlier that you have eaten a chipmunk before?
What? I haven't tried a chipmunk.
But you would eat a chipmunk.
No, I said I've seen a chipmunk.
Okay.
And it looked delicious.
And it looked delicious.
But anyway, I do remember some famous chipmunks from when I was a kid.
Oh, me too.
And especially, I really like to watch the Chip and Dale.
Chip and Dale's, I know that. It's like a show where some men dance.
No, not that Chip and it's Chip and Dale.
Chip and
They're
Dale.
two chipmunks, and they used to always get up to antics and bother Mickey Mouse's dog.
What?
Yeah, I remember.
Pluto?
Yes, they would always Pluto wanted to get them, and they would always, mess with Pluto.
I don't think I ever watched Chip and Dale.
Oh, I had we had the Christmas, Chip and Dale Christmas, where they are in the Christmas tree and Pluto is trying to get them, and because they're he cut down the Christmas tree and brought it into their house, and their home was in this tree.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a tree in a tree.
No, their home was in the Christmas tree.
Oh, their home was in the Christmas tree.
Yeah. And Pluto discovered them, and he was trying to get them, and then there was all sorts of hilarious antics.
That sounds hilarious. I remember Alvin and the Chipmunks, and I had, speaking of Christmas, I had a Christmas album where Alvin and the Chipmunks sang. Well, I don't know. Yeah, Alvin was in it too.
Yes.
But the Chipmunks would talk in a really high voice.
Yes, that's right. I remember that. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, it's very annoying, and you would really hear it on the radio during Christmas, which was funny at first, but then annoying.
Yes.
Okay, why don't we get into Chipmunks, More Than Just a Cute Face, Part 1.
With their round cheeks and big eyes, chipmunks are one of the cutest animals around, but there's a lot more to them than just their looks. Read on to learn more about these little forest mammals. Chipmunks love to sleep. Chipmunks in captivity usually sleep for around 15 hours a day, although wild chipmunks typically sleep a bit less. And like many other mammals, chipmunks hibernate. During hibernation, their heart rate drops from 350 beats per minute to only 4 beats per minute. But unlike many other mammals, chipmunks don't hibernate for the entire winter. In between long, deep sleeps, they wake up occasionally to consume food they've stored in their burrows so that they have enough fat reserves to stay protected from the cold.
Okay, so part 1 of Chipmunks, More Than Just a Cute Face.
So more than just a cute face, that means there's something more interesting about them. They're not just cute.
Right, when you think of a chipmunk, the first thing you will think of is how cute their little face is. But there's way more to them than just a cute face.
And let's find out what that is.
Okay.
With their round cheeks and big eyes, chipmunks are one of the cutest animals around.
Certainly.
But there's a lot more to them than just their looks.
Okay.
Read on to learn more about these little forest mammals.
Oh, little forest mammals. Okay, so chipmunks live in forests, and they are mammals.
And they're little.
And they're little. Yes, thank you. Continuing, chipmunks love to sleep. Okay, so this is the first thing we're finding out. They love to sleep.
Okay.
So chipmunks in captivity usually sleep for around 15 hours a day, although wild chipmunks typically sleep a bit less. Okay, so chipmunks in captivity. So if something's in captivity, what does that mean?
That means it's being kept usually in a cage. It's not a wild animal, so it's not out.
You've captured it, right?
It's been captured. It is now in captivity, maybe in a zoo or something like that, where people can come to see it. And I think because it's safe, it can sleep longer. Doesn't have as much danger in captivity as it would in the wild.
15 hours a day. How much sleep do you normally get?
About 15.
About 15? I'm usually around 13, 14,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Pretty average.
That's a lot of sleep. They're a pretty lazy animal. Okay, so continuing, and like many other mammals, chipmunks hibernate. All right, so hibernation, right? To hibernate means that you basically sleep during the winter, right? Maybe you'll dig yourself in a hole or something, and basically it's a way to survive the winter.
I think the most famous animal known for hibernating is bears, because most people know that bears hibernate in the winter. They sleep for most of the winter.
Right, and I think they sleep all the way through the winter, bears, right? Or most of them. During hibernation, their heart rate drops from 350 beats per minute to only 4 beats per minute.
Wow.
Wow, so their heartbeat is like 350. A regular person is maybe like 60 to 80 or something like that, right? 350 to 4.
That's a huge drop off from that. So that's the drop off in the rate, and the rate of something is usually the frequency or the amount that something happens. The rate. So, for example, the production rate at this factory is 2,000 cakes a week. So we're talking about the chipmunk's heart rate, meaning the amount that it beats. The amount that it beats in a minute is your heart rate. So 350 down to 4.
You're an athlete, so I imagine you probably have a pretty low heart rate, right?
I guess I can check. Let's see.
That's okay.
No.
Okay, continue.
But unlike many other mammals, chipmunks don't hibernate for the entire winter.
Also, unlike bears.
They get up, have some breakfast, and then go back to sleep.
Right, like me.
Yes. In between long, deep sleeps, they wake up occasionally to consume food they've stored in their burrows so that they have enough fat reserves to stay protected from the cold.
Okay, so they live in a burrow. So a burrow is just kind of like a hole or some place to kind of hide in the ground, right? It could be a tunnel or a hole or something like that. And keep them protected from the cold so they get fat.
They're trying to stay fat. They don't want to get too skinny, because if you get too skinny, you'll be cold.
Right, so fat helps protect you and keep the cold away from your
I always try to get a
organs.
little fatter in winter just to stay warm.
Right, I like to get fat in the summer.
Probably the wrong way.
Is it wrong? Only occasionally do I try to get fat in the summer. What does occasionally mean? It means, it's an adverb, which means sometimes, but not often. So for example, you could say, Barry went for a long walk, occasionally stopping to take a picture. So you can imagine him walking. He's not stopping every 30 seconds to take a picture. Maybe he walks for 5-10 minutes, sees something interesting, takes a picture, and continues on his walk.
Just takes a selfie.
A selfie.
Yeah, selfies all over.
IG.
Okay, so the chipmunks consume things to maintain their fat. To consume, in this case, means to eat, but it can also mean to use up something like energy or fuel or even time. So something can consume your time. So the average person consumes over 3 grams of salt per day. So that means that they eat 3 grams of salt.
Right, so here, like you said, it just means to eat.
In this case, the chipmunks are consuming, it means they are eating.
Okay, so the next vocabulary word is reserve. So a reserve is a supply of something that is available to be used in the future or when it is needed. So if you are going to, the chipmunks keep some food in a reserve so that they don't have to go out in the cold and look for food, right? So for example, you could say it's a good idea to have a cash reserve for unexpected expenses.
Yes.
Right? You should have some money in the bank, a reserve of cash.
Yes, some money that you can get just in case you go to jail and you need someone to bail you out. You need that cash reserve. I know.
Yeah,
from
right.
experience.
Yeah,
it's good to have that cash reserve.
Well, one time you didn't have it, any money, and I had to bail you out of jail
Thanks again
with my cash reserve.
Wow, it's good to have friends who have cash reserves.
True. Okay, why don't we take a break and you can pay me back.
Wow, we'll see.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。 同学们应该都同意，花栗鼠是最可爱的动物之一了。它们有着圆圆的脸颊，还有大眼睛，超萌的。不过它们远不只有外表可爱而已哦。我们就来好好了解这种可爱的动物吧。首先，花栗鼠爱睡觉。人工饲养的花栗鼠通常一天会睡15个小时左右，那么野外的通常会睡得少一点。那花栗鼠会冬眠，在冬眠期间，它们的心率会从每分钟350下下降到每分钟只有4下。但是跟许多其他哺乳动物不同的是，花栗鼠它们不会整个冬天都在冬眠，它们偶尔会醒来吃储存在洞穴的食物，这样才会有足够的脂肪储备来御寒。看到 hibernate 这个动词，它是表达动物过冬冬眠的意思。那么单字 rate 它表示速率、比率 ，heart rate 就可以表达心率的意思。再来 occasionally 这个副词，它表示偶尔、有时，它就跟 from time to time 意思相同。再看到 consume， 在文中它是指吃喝的意思，它也可以表达消耗、消费。再看到 reserve， 这时候它当名词，它是指储藏或者是储藏物、储备物。例句有提到说，有一笔储备金来因应预料之外的花费是个好主意。那么这时候 Matt 老师开玩笑说，哪一天需要保释的时候，他才有保释金可以支付。那老师们就提到 bail somebody out， 这个 bail 是拼作 B-A-I-L， 那么 bail somebody out 就是保释某人。好，这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 there is more to somebody or something than ... 去表达说某人事物不只有... 而已。那这个句型常常用来强调某事物有鲜为人知的特质，或者是某人他有更多的内涵能力等等。more 的前面还可以加入 much 或是 so much 或是 a lot， 去强调说远不只有什么什么。举例来说 There's so much more to life than making a living. 生活远不只有赚钱谋生而已。好，第二个重点是 stay 当连缀动词，它是指保持、维持，后面可以接形容词或名词。像 They decided to stay friends after their divorce. 他们决定离婚后维持朋友关系，这边 stay 的后面是配名词。再看个例句 Be sure to stay hydrated. 一定要保持补充水分。那么 hydrate 这个动词它表示补充水分，这边我们则是用它的过去分词 hydrated 来当形容词。那么 stay hydrated 就是表达保持补充水分咯。这话课文中。
Most chipmunk species are found in North America. Of the 25 chipmunk species, 24 can be found across Canada, America, and Mexico. The only species that is found elsewhere is the Siberian chipmunk, which ranges from northern Russia to Japan and southern China. In addition, Siberian chipmunks started to become a popular pet in Europe in the 1960s, and some of these pet owners later released their chipmunks into the wild. As a result, Siberian chipmunks can also now be found in forests across Europe.
Welcome back. We're learning about chipmunks and how they're more than just a cute face.
Yes.
So they're not just cute, they're also very lazy is what we've just learned.
They are super lazy.
So,
15 hours a day they sleep, and then they just sleep all through the winter.
Yeah,
just getting up to eat a little bit, watch some TV. That's it.
Right, so they usually sleep 15 hours a day, and then in winter they sleep even more and only get up to eat.
Lazy. But they're cute.
Yeah.
All right, so continuing. Most chipmunk species are found in North America. We used to be found in North America.
I did used to be found in North
but
America.
Now we are found here in Taiwan.
That's right.
Okay, so of the 25 chipmunk species, 24 can be found across Canada, America, and Mexico.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 25 species, and 24 of them can be found basically around North America.
So yeah,
right?
but not just, so all across North America, not just from the top of North America to the bottom of North America, there are chipmunks.
Right, okay.
The only species that is found elsewhere is the Siberian chipmunk, which ranges from northern Russia to Japan and southern China.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing it's originally from Russia since it's called the Siberian.
So I'm surprised it goes all the way to southern China because it's quite hot, and I don't imagine.
It's a totally different climate.
I don't imagine like chipmunks in hot climates.
Maybe they just take off their coat.
Actually, yeah, you know, Chip and Dale. Sometimes they were wearing like Hawaiian. One of them wore a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, I remember that
yeah,
now. He's
so
kind of
maybe
famous. Did he always wear that Hawaiian shirt?
I think so.
That's when
Yeah.
as soon as you said it,
Or
I
no.
got a picture.
Yeah. Only when they were fighting crime in Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. That's when he wore the Hawaiian shirt.
Okay, so we have a vocabulary word here, elsewhere, which is an adverb. Elsewhere means in, at, or to another place, or to other places. So for example, you can say, if this store doesn't carry the jam you want, we can go look elsewhere. So we can go to another store, right?
So, in addition, Siberian chipmunks started to become a popular pet in Europe in the 1960s. And some of these pet owners later released their chipmunks into the wild.
Oh, okay. That could be a problem.
As a result, Siberian chipmunks can also now be found in forests across Europe. So, not a problem. You have cute chipmunks everywhere.
Yeah, but sometimes when you introduce a species to a new environment, a new place, they could cause some trouble. But they didn't say that here, so maybe, yes, maybe it's good. We got lots of cute chipmunks everywhere in Europe.
But you know what? Chip and Dale were always causing problems, so if they're up to those kind of antics, then that would be a problem.
Yeah, would you ever have a chipmunk for a pet?
Yeah, I think I could have a chipmunk as a pet, you know, take it for a walk in the park, put it on a little leash.
Yeah, you can go swimming with it.
Yeah.
Do they swim?
I don't know, but I could try. You can find out.
I can try.
You can
Just throw your chipmunk in the water and see what
he's got to
happens.
learn. He's got to learn to swim somehow.
That's
how I learned to swim.
That must be
My
how you
dad
learned.
just threw me into the water, and now I can swim. So if your chipmunk can't swim, throw it in some water.
I was at a swimming pool with my mom, and I was trying to jump in the water, and a girl, a young girl like my age, like 6 or 7, pushed me into the pool.
Wow.
I guess she just got tired of me crying. I don't want to go swimming. Okay, but I think that's all the time we have for today. No more talking about our swimming lessons.
Okay, so we'll see you guys next time with some more information about chipmunks.
Bye-bye.
花栗鼠种有25种，那么其中24种是分布在加拿大、美国和墨西哥，唯一在别处发现的物种是西伯利亚花栗鼠。那它的分布范围从俄罗斯北部到日本与中国南部这样。那么单字 elsewhere 这个副词就表示在别处、在别的地方或是去别处的意思。好，那么在1960年代，西伯利亚花栗鼠呢开始成为欧洲的人气宠物，有一些饲主后来呢就把他们的花栗鼠野放，所以呢这些西伯利亚花栗鼠现在也可以在欧洲各地的森林看到。老师们就聊到说，把外来物种野放有可能会造成问题。那么 Matt 老师开玩笑说，如果那些花栗鼠像迪士尼里面的奇奇弟弟一样到处闯祸，做出脱序行为的话，那就会造成问题了。老师用到 antics 这个字 ，antics，antics 可以表达古怪而可笑的举动或是滑稽的动作。好，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
With their round cheeks and big eyes, chipmunks are one of the cutest animals around, but there's a lot more to them than just their looks. Read on to learn more about these little forest mammals. Chipmunks love to sleep. Chipmunks in captivity usually sleep for around 15 hours a day, although wild chipmunks typically sleep a bit less. And like many other mammals, chipmunks hibernate. During hibernation, their heart rate drops from 350 beats per minute to only 4 beats per minute. But unlike many other mammals, chipmunks don't hibernate for the entire winter. In between long, deep sleeps, they wake up occasionally to consume food they've stored in their burrows so that they have enough fat reserves to stay protected from the cold. Most chipmunk species are found in North America. Of the 25 chipmunk species, 24 can be found across Canada, America, and Mexico. The only species that is found elsewhere is the Siberian chipmunk, which ranges from northern Russia to Japan and southern China. In addition, Siberian chipmunks started to become a popular pet in Europe in the 1960s, and some of these pet owners later released their chipmunks into the wild. As a result, Siberian chipmunks can also now be found in forests across Europe.
Hey everyone, I'm Carolyn.
I'm Stephen.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Jamie.
And today we're playing a game called Undercover, a game where we each have cards with words on them, but one of us has a different word. And we'll go through 2 rounds of clues describing our word, and at the end we will guess who we think the spy is. I will get us started. If you are an introvert, a person who doesn't like to socialize a lot, you may like to go into something like this frequently.
Along the same lines, sometimes people, they don't necessarily do this, but they'll exaggerate and say they do.
After the weekend I had, I definitely need one of these.
Sometimes when people feel sad or after they cried or something like that, they might need this.
There are many different places that a being can do this sort of thing.
This sort of thing will happen usually when the weather's colder.
If I did this, I would need a gallon of coffee afterwards.
Sometimes people like to take certain medicines or drink some things to help with this.
Okay, some interesting clues. Okay, on the count of 3, let's point to who the spy is, who we think the spy is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's reveal our words. Okay, mine was hibernation.
Mine was hibernation.
Mine was also hibernation.
Mine was sleep.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was really trying to, I figured out that my word was probably the different word. So I was trying to think of ones that sort of, I wasn't sure what any of your words were. So I was trying to think of something that was vague that maybe fit yours. So, but I think I didn't do a good job clearly. So.
What was your first clue, Jamie?
The first one, I think it was because you mentioned something of, introverts. So I thought, I was like, okay, maybe I can spin it so like, you know, if you, like introvert people, maybe if they, I don't know, run out of energy, they want to sleep, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I was like, oh, maybe after you're, I don't know, tired or sick or whatever, you want to like sleep. But yeah, maybe I made it too obvious.
What really made it obvious for me about you was we were really vague about the sleeping thing, but you were like very specific about the action of sleeping.
Oh, okay. I tried to be vague, but yeah, that gave me away. So
I think it was the second one about like the cough medicine or something about
Yeah,
the
that
medicine.
one
I
got
started
me.
to think like, oh, is it sickness? Something to do with sickness? Okay, well, it definitely can't be hibernation then. Definitely can't be hibernation.